Hey, and welcome back to the Powerful Marketing Tips podcast. Today we're going to discuss how to work smarter, not harder, based on the third chapter of The Greatest Marketer.
Which is such a crucial topic. I mean, we all feel that burnout creeping in sometimes.
Oh, completely. But before we dive into that, for the learner tuning in today, by the way, quick disclaimer, we are AI generated, but all the discussion you hear today is based on actual human-written concepts from The Greatest Marketer.
Exactly. And if you've been following along with our deep dives, you know this is the third one in this specific series.
Right.
We've already unpacked chapters 1 and 2, which covered, mindset and high-level strategy.
Yeah, so we basically know the why and the where at this point. So our mission today is to shift gears entirely.
Time to get into the weeds.
Yes, exactly. You're zooming all the way in from the, high-level boardroom strategy down to the actual day-to-day tactical marketing tasks.
The stuff you're doing on a random Tuesday morning?
Right. The focus is on how to plan those tasks, how to streamline processes, and really how to escape that exhausting trap of busyness. We want to help you become drastically more efficient in your daily marketing execution.
Because being busy is not the same as being productive. But, before fixing our daily tasks, we kind of have to understand what we are actually trying to achieve every single day.
Which means rethinking the whole relationship between marketing and sales.
Yeah. Exactly. Marketing is not just a cost center or flashy ads. It is the absolute prerequisite for sales.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because treating marketing and sales as totally separate things is like throwing a massive party and sending out these beautiful glossy invitations, which you're marketing.
Right, the invites.
Yeah. When the guests actually arrive at the venue, the front door is locked because nobody told the bouncer who was coming. And the bouncer, in this case, is your sales team.
That is a brilliant way to picture it, because marketing opens the door by building that, and trust factor. Sales just closes it.
They really are on a continuum.
They are. I mean, every salesperson is essentially doing marketing daily. Every follow-up email, every LinkedIn message, that's marketing.
Which brings us to the story of Marge from the book.
Oh man, Marge. This story hits so close to home for so many people.
It really does. So Marge is this dedicated 40-year-old marketing manager. She starts her day with this incredibly clear strategic agenda.
But then she opens her laptop.
Yes. She opens her laptop and immediately gets completely derailed by putting out fires.
Answering supposedly urgent Slack messages, fixing tiny crises.
Right. And by lunchtime, she hasn't touched a single piece of her actual strategic work.
Yeah.
She's confusing activity with impact. And I have to ask, by constantly being available like that, isn't she just training her team to disrespect her time?
What's fascinating here is the psychological trap of her day. Because yes, she absolutely is. Marge is training her colleagues to expect instant replies.
Which feels helpful in the moment.
Right. She thinks she's being a great team player. But she's actually creating a culture of reactive firefighting rather than proactive demand generation.
And the cost of that distraction is, it's staggering. The book points out that we get distracted approximately every 3 minutes.
Every 3 minutes. Just let that sink in.
It's awful. But the kicker is the recovery time. It takes about 23 minutes for the brain to fully refocus after an interruption.
So if you get interrupted just 3 times in an hour, your entire day is basically gone.
You're just constantly recovering.
Yeah.
So how do we escape Marge's fate? How do we stop losing those 23-minute blocks?
You have to treat your personal energy and your time with the exact same strictness as a corporate budget.
Like tracking every penny, but with your focus.
Exactly. And the book introduces this concept called the Golden Ratio of Powerfulness. It's about balancing 3 things: intellectual, physical, and psychological factors.
Okay, so intellectual is like strategy and finances. Physical is health and rest.
Right. And psychological is your mental resilience and growth. If one of those is depleted, the whole system crashes.
Ugh.
Which leads us to the 888 rule.
Ah, yes. 8 hours of work, 8 hours of rest, and 8 hours of personal growth or recreation.
That's the ideal balance.
But, let me push back on that for a second. Is the 888 rule actually realistic for someone in a fast-paced startup? Or is it just a nice theory? Because to me, it sounds like managing your energy is like managing a smartphone battery. If you leave all the background apps running with distractions, you're at 10% by noon.
That battery analogy is spot on. And to answer your pushback, it's a very valid question. Look, emergencies happen. Startups have crunch times.
Right. There are launch weeks.
Exactly. But living permanently outside the 888 rule, that leads to inevitable burnout. And burnout completely destroys the intellectual and psychological pillars of that golden ratio.
So you basically become a zombie at your desk.
Pretty much. That's why you need what the book calls MIP time. MIP, most important person time.
Which is you.
Yes. It means scheduling non-negotiable, distraction-free blocks in your calendar for yourself to do deep, strategic work.
And you have to defend it ruthlessly, which probably means facing those 5 common pitfalls the book mentions, right?
Oh, absolutely. The big ones are saying yes to everything. Lacking clear priorities, neglecting self-care, inefficient use of resources, and a lack of flexibility.
Saying yes to everything is such a trap.
It is. People forget that no is a complete sentence. It is a vital productivity tool.
Okay, but how do you know when to say no?
That's where the Eisenhower matrix comes in. You categorize tasks by urgent versus important. The goal is to eliminate that low-value admin stuff that feels urgent and focus on the important strategic planning.
Got it. So once you've protected your time and energy with the matrix and MIP time, you need to build a system so the work actually flows efficiently.
Because you can't just rely on willpower forever. Willpower runs out. You need processes.
Enter the Work Smarter Flywheel.
Yes, the flywheel. It has 5 parts. First, prioritize set a North Star goal, then plan map the actual process.
Third is systemize, right? Like automating and simplifying.
Exactly. Then you establish a rhythm for check-ins. And finally, reflect, where you measure and improve.
The book actually gives 10 ways to master your workload within this, but the ones that really stood out to me were assessing true urgency, having weekly planning sessions, and really leveraging automation for those repetitive tasks.
Assessing true urgency is huge. Not every Slack message is a 5-alarm fire.
No, it's really not. And to enforce that, the book introduces the marketing SLA, or service level agreement.
Which is basically an internal agreement setting clear expectations for turnaround times. It dictates what the marketing team requires from other departments, like clear briefing forms, before they will even start a task.
So what does this all mean? Basically, an internal marketing SLA is like the ticket system in a restaurant kitchen.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, think about it. The waiters can't just run into the kitchen and scream, "I need a salad right now." They have to submit a proper ticket, and the chef makes it in the proper order. It protects the creators from the chaos.
I absolutely love that analogy. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, undocumented processes lead to everyone just reinventing the wheel every single day.
Which is exhausting.
It is. Having a documented SLA and clear workflows drastically reduces the time to productivity for new hires. It stops the marketing team from being treated like a glorified drive-through window.
Yes, I'd like one viral campaign, please, at the next window.
Exactly. It forces people to think before they request things.
Okay, so we've got our workflows in place. We're protecting our time. Now we can apply this to the most time-consuming tactical task modern marketers face: content creation.
The content treadmill, it's relentless.
It really is. The book calls it social media anxiety. It's that exhausting daily cycle of waking up and wondering, what should I post today?
And then spending 30 minutes agonizing over a single reactive post.
Exactly. But the solution here is the content flow framework.
Yeah.
The rule is create once, multiply use.
Such a powerful concept.
Right. You take one high-value core piece of content, like a webinar, a keynote, or a really in-depth article, and systematically break it down into smaller assets.
Like pulling quotes or making polls.
Yes. Infographics, short videos, email sequences, all from that one core asset. Here's where it gets really interesting. The content flow framework is exactly like cooking a Thanksgiving turkey.
Wait, a turkey?
Hear me out. You have the massive main event on Thursday, right? You put all this effort into roasting the bird.
Okay, I'm with you.
But then you use the leftovers for sandwiches on Friday, and then you boil the bones for soup on Saturday. You're squeezing every drop of value out of one big effort instead of cooking 3 separate meals from scratch.
That makes perfect sense. And this raises an important question. How many marketers out there are cooking brand new meals every single day because they aren't tracking their data?
Probably most of them, honestly.
Right. They feel this pressure to be original every day. But the audience isn't analyzing your content history. Repetition actually builds familiarity.
The mere exposure effect.
Exactly. So repurposing isn't just an efficiency hack for you. It's psychologically effective for the consumer.
But to know if it's working, we have to talk about data-driven marketing. We have to move away from vanity metrics, like just counting likes.
Likes don't pay the bills.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
We need to look at tangible business outcomes. Are we getting qualified leads? What is the customer lifetime value?
And that ties back to the final step of the flywheel. Regular reflection.
The monthly check-ins.
Yes. Monthly performance check-ins, quarterly strategy updates, and annual reviews. You have to ensure your daily tactics actually align with those North Star goals.
You can't just set it and forget it.
No, if the data says the turkey soup isn't working, you have to adjust the recipe.
Well said. All right, let's wrap this up. To summarize the main day-to-day tactical takeaways for the learner today. First, you have to protect your MIP time. Defend your focus.
Ruthlessly.
Second, build an internal marketing SLA to protect your team from the chaos. And third, use the content flow framework to work smarter, not harder. Cook the turkey, make the soup.
It really comes down to reclaiming your own schedule.
Absolutely. Now, if you want to explore these tactical ideas in more depth, go get The Greatest Marketer on Amazon. You can also learn more about the book and access their free tools at thegreatestmarketer.com.
Lots of great resources there.
For sure. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, when we'll discuss Chapter 4, which is all about communication to boost your impact.
But before you go, look at your calendar for tomorrow. Are the tasks taking up your time actually moving the needle for your business? Or are you just running fast on a hamster wheel? Remember, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems.
Build better systems. Take care, everyone.